Mary Wollstonecraft and George Hegel both have a goal to change what is considered to be wrong. Mary Wollstonecraft, who declared feminism should be changed and stopped, declared that both women and men are human beings and they both deserve the same rights to life. She called for women to become more educated and to become more independent. She insisted women to be free from the jail which society has placed them in, to pursue anything they wished for, and for the right to enter any business they wanted to enter. Mary Wollstonecraft had experienced her mother being mistreated and bullied by her father at a very young age. He had also helped her sister escape from an abusive marriage by hiding her away from her husband until it was fully arranged. This fully proves what kind of life she went through, because basically all she seen was discrimination against women all over society. That's when she started a radical philosophy of her own. George Hegel was much attached and had a strong bond with his sister, who had a very strong jealousy of his wife and committed suicide 3 months after Hegel died. Because of his sister's psychosis, he started finding ideas of psychiatry based on his concepts of dialectics. Wollstonecraft had stated that women have been getting criticized for repeating what they are taught, and the method of education is never blind, and this is what denies women the ability to do whatever they want or use their own reasonings. Also, a woman is taught to associate beauty with the ability to attract a husband, which therefore means following whatever men have to say. But one thing she also thinks is that these women are at fault for being such a way because they follow men in the first place. In the other hand, George Hegel looked at how we should feel proud of how much progress was made to get to our modern age. Because he knew that as progress went on, it wasn't going to be linear. It wasn't going to be straight up. It was going to keep going and then stop and then go again and then wait for the last time where our modern age society will be better than ever. He also thought that it wasn't all us humans' faults, but it was also our institutions which should be changed. He looked at the ways to make the negative ideas more active and effective to make sure they're positive by the time society changes. Mary Wollstonecraft thinks that of this as an association of ideas, which is the process which forms different things in our minds. For example, what you think may not be what you think is to be true. Why can't we just announce them so there isn't a big deal of big commotions after all the negative aspects are set out? Also, progress is very messy. In the scale of power, time is needed to make things effective in the world. If you add too much in making a change in the world, it will not be as clean as everyone thinks it will be. It will be very messy in the beginning, in the middle, and also at the end. Lastly, change helps us to see valuable insights of how to resist us to see the negative things in our enemies and the strange mistakes of the past. Mary had thought that if you kept thinking about something being the way you think it is, it will turn out to be a habit and you will always think of it as being what you think it is. For example, John B. Watson conducted the Little Albert experiment, where whenever little Albert was in any contact with the white rat, Watson used to make a loud noise. Now, whenever Albert seen the rat, he would always have a negative response to it. Hegel had thought that there should be a rescue from the past where those ideas that are most needed to compensate for the blind spots or of the present. Secondly, he thought that we should learn from the ideas which we dislike. He believed that we should learn from our intellectual enemies or the point of views which we don't agree with or the feelings which you think are alienated. Mary Wollstonecraft had said, women ought to have representatives instead of being arbitrarily governed without any direct share allowed them in the deliberations of government. Mary's outlook was basically on liberal individualism, and her political creed was basically on the equality of rights. George Hegel had also said that education is the art of making man ethical. This shows that makes a difference in our society. There is a need to develop his theories to an intellectual for correct decisions.